Listen, your direct questions means that theory questions that doesn't require any calculation will be of 20 marks. Yes, that is true false, that will be of 12 marks, and the left 9 marks will be from theory that may be of any chapters. So always remember that you have 20 marks theory directly that you have to write, that doesn't require any calculations, and the rest of them are not too tough, and accept them, but they are measure. Remember, these 20 marks that will be from theory is strict, and you have to score 20 out of 20, and you can. And you will say that no, I have not covered each and every chapters, how can I solve? Remember, we are commerce student, and we generally ignore the theory in account paper. Yes, we ignore theory in accounts paper because we know each and every concept, and that's why I'm saying that you can score 20 out of 20 in the form first question number, that is true false. Second question, that will be either concepts of accounting, you can say periodicity concept, materiality concept, etc., and one another question of 5 marks from any chapters. In the previous attempt it was asked about PT cash book. Yes, uses of PT cash book. So 20 marks are the most important, and you have to get, anyhow you have to get 20 out of 20, means that you cannot skip these 20 marks. And believe me, you can score 20 out of 20 if there is a minimum deductions, then yeah, you can get easily 18, that is also enough. And after that, let's talk about the most easiest chapters, that is BRS. Bank reconciliation statement is the easiest chapter, and you can solve such questions within 5 minutes if that question contain only 5 marks. But if the question will be asked of 10 marks, then you can spend 8 to 9 minutes and not much more than that, because generally BRS questions are directly from the module. Yes, in the two form, they are in the two form, that is, that one is you have to prepare directly BRS, and the second type of question may be either BRS and the cash book together. So you have to keep in your mind that the questions that come from the bank reconciliation statement, that may be of two types. First one, directly you have to prepare bank reconciliation statement, and another in which they will ask cash book and the bank reconciliation statement. Let's talk about the next one, that will also take 5 to 10 minutes as per their marks, means that if they will come of 5 marks, then that will be solvable in a 5 minutes. Depreciation is the most easiest chapter that we have already studied in the 11th standard. And but remember, the depreciation chapters is easiest, but the questions that have came in the last two attempts are much more different than what we have studied in the material. They will ask about the two items, two machineries, one that will be purchased in the current year, in which you have to find out the depreciation from the purchasing date to ending year, and one machinery will also be given on which accumulated depreciations will be given, means that that machinery have purchased 5 years ago. So you have to find out the depreciation of 5 years, and then you have to mention in the current year, and now you have to find out the depreciation for the further years. Okay, got it? And next one is consignment. Consignment will also took your 10 minutes and not much more than that. Why? Because only two accounts may be asked, that is consignment account and consignee account, and we all know that consignee account is most easier. You can prepare consignee account in 1 minute if you have prepared consignment account. Now the next chapter is average due date. Average due date also requires only 5 minutes. Yeah, only 5 minutes are enough to solve average due date question, so you can spend your 5 minutes on average due date. Next one is account current. Account current takes little bit much more time than the average due date, but it is also easiest. Account current is also an easiest chapter which we have studied in a foundation, so you can also go for account current before solving other questions. Now next one we will talk about company. In company, only two types of questions are asked. That is either reissue for future of shares or issue of debentures, and maybe four calls. That is on application, on allotment, first call and final call, and there will be arrear and also advance, and you have to calculate their interest. Sales of goods on return basis is also an easiest chapter. You can score 5 out of 5 in a 5 minutes. Yes, 5 minutes, because it always requires only 3 journal entries. First one is for sale, second one is for uh, you can say return, and third one for your closing stock. And next one is inventory is also an easiest chapter. You can say in inventory it doesn't require much more calculations. There are direct questions you can also solve in the same manner as like sales of goods on return. Now let's talk about skipping, what you can skip. As per my opinion, question number 4 is a skippable, but you don't have to skip. And the partnership and NPO, these two questions will be in the question number 4. Maybe this time they get fluctuated, but the question number 4 is of 20 marks, which you can skip. And in this section there are two chapters, that are partnership and NPO. These two most difficult chapters of foundations are discussed in the question number 4. ओके, क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 में वो डिस्कस किए जाते हैं. और अगर आप आगे की देखें तो एनपीओ और पार्टनरशिप को आप स्किप कर सकते हैं, थोड़ा सा लेंदीएस्ट है, लेकिन उस अगर आप इसको स्किप करते हैं, इफ़ यू हैव स्किप्ड partnership and NPO questions, then you have to solve manufacturing question, means that the manufacturing entity question. And also in the previous two attempts, trial balance is asked. Trial balance, which we have studied in the beginning of our 11th standard, that is asked twice in the last two previous attempt. So you can just estimate that how powerful it is. Just trial balance, you have to post and find out either their balance is matching or not. If they are not matching, you can open suspense account. And so this was all about the accounts paper. You have to grab firstly 20 marks. How? That will be in the form of true false, and the next of 9 marks other theory questions. Okay, so if you will grab these 20 marks, and then you can easily get passed in the account. You can score 60 plus, 70 plus, even 90 plus in the account, because the account paper consists of 125 marks, in which you have to skip one question of 20 marks directly and one sub question that will be either in the form of A, B or C. Okay.